The Tunguska Codex, the buried secret. The icy wind cut like knives against the skin. The vast, desolate Siberian taiga stretched out like a frozen ocean beneath a steel-gray sky. Jack Drayton adjusted his wool scarf as he took in the immensity surrounding him. The helicopter that had dropped him off in this remote location was now nothing more than a speck on the horizon. Now he was alone, except for his Russian contact, a weathered-faced man with an unreadable expression named Sergei Volkov. "If we do this quickly, you'll live to tell the tale," Volkov said, his English thick with a heavy accent. Jack nodded and followed him, stepping over the hardened snow. He knew he was in forbidden territory. Since 1908, when a mysterious explosion wiped out more than 2,000 square kilometers of forest, Tunguska had remained an unsolved enigma. Officially, a meteorite had detonated in the air with the force of 1,000 atomic bombs. Unofficially, there were other theories. Jack's expedition was based on a rumor. An Evenki nomad claimed to have found something buried beneath the roots of the charred trees. Something old. Something that didn't fit the official narrative. After a grueling 3-hour trek through the frozen terrain, they reached a clearing. There was no trace of the life that had once thrived there, only the echo of disaster. Sergei knelt down and struck the ground with a shovel. "Here." Jack helped dig. The snow gave way to frozen earth, and beneath it, a slab of black stone with symbols carved into its surface. These were not natural markings. They were inscriptions. Language. Writing. Jack pulled out a brush and carefully dusted the surface, revealing characters he had never seen before. They looked like a blend of cuneiform and something else, something ancient, yet impossible to classify. "My God, this shouldn't be here," he whispered. Sergei pulled out a knife and wedged it between the stone and the ground. With a crack, the slab shifted, revealing a metallic box, corroded by time. It wasn't wood. It wasn't stone. It was metal, but not any metal. Jack took out his knife and pried the lid open. Inside, wrapped in tattered cloth, was a manuscript. Pages made of an unknown material, lighter than paper, tougher than leather. As he ran his fingers over the symbols, a strange tingling spread through his skin. And then, a shadow fell over him. Jack looked up and saw figures moving among the trees. Shadows in the snow. Whispered voices in Russian. "We have company." Sergei growled, drawing his pistol. Jack barely had time to close the box before gunfire shattered the forest silence. Sergei fired back while Jack dove behind a fallen trunk. Someone else knew they were here. Someone didn't want them taking the Codex. A burning sensation flared in Jack's arm, a bullet had grazed his jacket. They were trapped. "Run, Englishman!" Sergei shouted, tossing a makeshift grenade, a stick of dynamite. The explosion shook the ground. Jack ran without looking back, clutching the box as if his life depended on it. He heard screams, saw shadows collapse, but he didn't stop. Only when he reached the top of a hill and saw the extraction helicopter did he realize he had a chance. He leapt inside and pounded the metal wall. "Take off. Now." The pilot, pale with fear, pushed the rotors to full power. Below, the unknown men watched them. One of them held a strange, metallic, gleaming device, something Jack didn't recognize, but that terrified him. The helicopter lifted off. Tunguska faded behind them. But the mystery didn't end there. 2 days later, Sergei disappeared. The reports on the discovery were classified. And when Jack tried to analyze the Codex, he was detained by Russian government agents. He never saw it again. But he remembered what he had read in those pages. A warning. A message left centuries before the explosion. A message he never fully deciphered.